abscisic acid, or it is ABA. It is also called as dormine. It is also called as stress hormone or antitransparent. So there are different names. It promotes abscission of the leaves. In previous hormones which we had studied, it delays abscission or it delays senescence. But this is growth regulator hormone. So it promotes, you have to remember here, it promotes abscission. It does not induce abscission, stops or inhibits abscission. Instead of this, ABA, you have to remember, it promotes abscission of the leaves. Induce dormancy in many plants. In previous hormones we had studied, it breaks the dormancy. So do you remember? In previous hormones we had studied, it breaks the dormancy. But here reverse process is there, it induces dormancy. Underline this statement. It promotes abscission, it induces dormancy. It controls the dormancy in birds and seeds by inhibiting growth processes. So this hormone is inhibitor, means it stops or it controls, but other hormones promotes. So you have to remember the difference between the other hormones and this abscisic acid. Accelerates the senescence. It accelerates the senescence of leaves. Cytokinins, auxins, they stops the senescence, delays the senescence. But here it accelerates the senescence. Of leaves, flowers, and fruits. Inhibits and delays cell division and cell elongation. Suppresses cambium activity by inhibiting mitosis in vascular cambium. So in our previous lecture, we had studied about vascular cambium. Do you remember about the vascular cambium? This is the vascular bundle which shows the presence of the cambium. Cambium shows the meristematic tissues which constantly divide and redivide, and it is present in between the xylem and phloem. So this is the single vascular bundle. So here cambium activity is suppressed. How it is suppressed? Suppressed means it is stopped. It is suppressed by inhibiting. How it is suppressed? By inhibiting, by stopping the mitosis. You know, mitosis is the equational cell division which takes place in somatic cells. Meiosis is reductional cell division which takes place in germ cells, means gamete cells like egg and sperm. So you have to remember all these physiological effects of ABA. ABA could cause efflux of potassium ions from the guard cells and result in closure of stomata. So it is known as anti-transparent. So in class 11th, you had studied the structure of stomata. Stomata are kidney shaped. They are kidney shaped in dicot plants. In dicot plants, they are kidney shaped. While it is dumbbell shape in monocot. It shows the presence of guard cells. These are the guard cells. Then surrounding to the guard cells are the subsidiary cells. So these are subsidiary cells, or they are also called as epidermal cells. So now see, efflux, it causes the efflux. Influx and efflux, these are the two terms. Influx means going inward. Efflux means going outward. So efflux of potassium ions takes place. That is, potassium ions comes out from the guard cells into the subsidiary cells, K plus ions. For closing and opening of stomata, this process is to be required. That is, Cl minus ions, they enter inside, or H plus ions, the concentration of H plus ions, then potassium ions, etc. Due to this, turgidity of these guard cells takes place and opening of stomata takes place. But here we are going to study about the result of ABA. ABA could cause the efflux of, efflux means movement of potassium ions from guard cells, and result in, due to this, as this potassium ions comes outside, here the turgidity decreases, as that is guard cells shrink, and due to this the closure of stomata takes place. This is open stomata. You can see here the cavity. This is the cavity. It is the pore of the stomata. So if these guard cells are turgid, then stomata opens. But if the potassium ions which are present inside the guard cell, they move out, then during this time the stomata closes. Closing of stomata takes place. That's why ABA is it acts as anti-transparent. It acts as stress hormone. See the other name. It is also called as stress hormone. It is also anti-transparent. It is also called as dormine. So there are different names for abscisic acid. Why it is called dormine? Because it induces dormancy. That's why it is called as dormine. And why it induces dormancy? Because of the stress condition. The environmental condition is not favorable due to flooding, due to frost, or many different drought. Due to drought, if the seed germinates during this unfavorable condition, the sapling will die or the new plantlet will die. So to prevent this, abscisic acid helps to remain the plant or to remain the seed in the adverse environmental condition as it is. That's why it is also termed as stress hormone. It inhibits flowering in long day plants. There are different types of plants like short day plants, which require the light less than the critical period. During winter, we know duration of light is short. During summer, duration of light is long. So the plants flowering in this season, we call them as long day plants. And some plants are day neutral plants, means there is no effect of light on this type of plants. So they are called as day neutral plants. So short day plants, long day plants, day neutral plants, these are the different types of plants. If the light period is less than critical period, less than 12 hours, then it is called short day plants. If it is, for example, marigold, chrysanthemum, these are short day plants. While some plants which flower during longer duration of light, more than critical period of light, it is called long day plants. While certain plants like hibiscus, then Vinca rosea, they do not show any effect. Even if more light or less light is there, they will show flowering. It inhibits, abscisic acid inhibits means, girls, Inhibit means
Stop.
stops. In long day plants, but stimulates. Stimulates means induces, promotes flowering in short day plants. See here the plant stress hormone. You can see the condition, it is drought. Water is not present, then we can see the cracks in ground. During this stage, if the sapling is arise or if it seedling is developed, then the plant will not survive. Why? Because water is not available. So abscisic acid help to keep the seed in dormant stage. Or if the plant germinates, during this time what happens, we had seen about closing of stomata. So can you tell me the function of transpiration? I had shown you the diagram of stomata. I had shown you about the guard cells which are kidney shaped. Then stomatal pore is there, epidermal cells are there. So different structure I had shown you, chloroplast, vacuole. So guard cell is a cell, plant cell. So all the cell organelles are present here. Can you tell me what is transpiration? Girls, what is transpiration?
The release of water from plant.
This definition, is it perfect definition? Release of water?
Ma'am, release of water vapors from the stomata.
Release of water
Evaporation.
in the form of water vapor is called as transpiration. Release of water, if you will say like this only, release of water, then this process is called as guttation. During morning stage, you can mostly see that water droplets, they are falling down from the tip of the leaf. Have you observed this type of condition?
Yes, ma'am.
It is termed as guttation. It is called as guttation. So transpiration is different, guttation is different. So you should study क्या बोलते हैं उसको, यानी सिर्फ ऐसे अगर बताएंगे कि रिलीज ऑफ वाटर तो वो डेफिनेशन रॉन्ग हो जाएगी. क्या बताना है? रिलीज ऑफ वाटर इन द फॉर्म ऑफ वाटर वेपर, it is called as guttation. Oh, sorry, it is called as transpiration. And release of water in the form only release of water, then we call it as guttation. And you know, in pteridophytes like Nephrolophis, here hydathodes are seen. In most of the plants, white dots they are seen, they are called as hydathodes. So these hydathodes release water, and due to deposition of certain carbon compound, here white dots are seen. So even if this plant germinates, seed germinates, stomata remains closed. Why stomata remains closed? Because to avoid the rate of transpiration. पहले ही बाहर पानी कम है, अगर स्टोमेटा ओपन रहेंगे तो क्या हो जाएगा? इसमें से पूरा पानी बाहर निकल जाएगा और ये प्लांट की डेथ हो जाएगी. आ रहा है समझ में जो मैं बता रही हूँ?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
That's why ABA is also called as stress hormone. It is also called as antitransparent. It is also known as dormine. So different names are there. Here closing of stomata is shown. Abscisic acid, it is present in the guard cell. Due to presence of abscisic acid in the guard cell, what will happen? What will happen?
Ma'am, can you repeat?
Due to entry of abscisic acid, yes, inside the guard cell, what will happen? गार्ड सेल में एब्सिसिक एसिड की एंट्री हो जाएगी तो क्या होगा? जो
Guard
पोटेशियम
cell will
आयंस,
expand.
हाँ, जो पोटेशियम आयंस है इसमें वो बाहर आ जाएंगे. पोटेशियम आयंस जैसे ही बाहर आ जाएंगे, इफ्लक्स ऑफ पोटेशियम आयंस हमने देखा ना पहले स्लाइड में, तो इसकी वजह से ये जो टर्जिडिटी है, टर्जिडिटी यानी क्या? स्वोलन. ये सेल्स जो है गार्ड सेल्स के, इसके अंदर पानी भरा रहेगा तो श्रिंक हो जाएंगे ये सेल्स, क्योंकि ये पोटेशियम आयंस बाहर गए. इसलिए स्टोमेटा का क्या हो जाएंगे? क्लोज हो जाएंगे. स्टोमेटा विल गेट क्लोज. स्टोमेटल क्लोजर दे हैव गिवन. तो एब्सिसिक एसिड का काम क्या है? क्लोजिंग ऑफ स्टोमेटा. कैसे करेंगे क्लोज स्टोमेटा? बाय इफ्लक्स ऑफ पोटेशियम आयंस फ्रॉम द गार्ड सेल्स इनटू द सब्सिडरी सेल्स. रीजन समझ में आया क्यों स्टोमेटा बंद हो जाएंगे? क्योंकि एब्सिसिक एसिड अंदर गया है किसमें? स्टोमेटा के गार्ड सेल्स में, और इसकी वजह से पोटेशियम आयन बाहर आ जाता है और सेल श्रिंक होते हैं. श्रिंक होने की वजह से वो बंद हो जाते हैं. So, do you have any doubt in this topic?
No, ma'am.
Should we start
No.
next topic, that is respiration and circulation?
Ma'am.
Just a minute. I have to share another screen. Can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Now tell me, what do you know about respiration?
Ma'am, can I answer?
Yes. What is respiration?
Inhale and exhale of oxygen is respiration.
Both. Oxygen is inhaled and exhaled also. Both. See,
Inhale
again you
of
had told this step.
oxygen. Inhale of oxygen and exhale of carbon dioxide is respiration.
Yes. Inhale of oxygen and exhale of carbon dioxide. Can you tell me the reaction which is involved in this respiration?
C6H12O6 plus 6O2
C6H12
H12O6
O6
plus 6H2O
plus
6O2
plus 6O2 then
gives
gives
6CO2
6CO2
plus 6H2O
hmm,
plus 38 ATP.
okay. 6CO2 plus 6H2O plus 38 ATP. Okay. Can you tell me the long form of ATP?
Adenine triphosphate.
Yes, very good. In our previous classes, we had studied the reaction or definition of photosynthesis and respiration so many times. So is this process anabolic or catabolic? Do you know there are metabolic processes which takes place in all the living organisms? Metabolism. The chemical reactions which takes place in our body, we call them as metabolism. Metabolic rates, you know about metabolic. They are classified into two types. That is anabolic and catabolic. Anabolic is building up. Anabolic is building up and catabolic is breaking down. So can you tell me by observing this reaction whether respiration is anabolic or catabolic? Anabolic means building up, catabolic means breaking down. Girls, please answer my question. It is breaking down. See here, glucose, C6H12O6, it is glucose. You know this, glucose, which is present in our cells. This glucose, it is a complex substance. It is broken down in the presence of oxygen, which we have inhaled. Are you getting it? Glucose, which is present in
Yes,
our cell, it is broken down in presence of oxygen. And it is converted into simple inorganic substances like carbon dioxide, water, and 38 ATP. This is the complex organic substance. Glucose is the complex organic substance. Oxygen breaks this complex organic substance into simple inorganic substances like carbon dioxide, water, and 38 ATP. So it is a catabolic process. Can you tell me the definition of photosynthesis? Girls, keep your videos on, please. Photosynthesis. आपने क्लास 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 सब क्लासेस में ये पढ़ा है, रेस्पिरेशन पढ़ा है, फोटोसिंथेसिस पढ़ा है। तो फोटोसिंथेसिस क्या होता है पता है? इसकी
Ma'am,
हाँ बोलो।
the process in which plant uses sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide to create oxygen and energy in the form of sugar.
It is right. This is the reverse reaction. See here, plants through stomata, carbon dioxide from the atmosphere enters inside. We had seen the structure of stomata in our previous slide. Do you remember stomata structure? Pores are present. Through these pores, carbon dioxide enters. Through root, water enters. So these are the simple inorganic substances. In respiration, simple inorganic substances are formed, but the raw material for photosynthesis, it is the simple inorganic substance like carbon dioxide and water. In the presence of sunlight, plants prepare their own food, and in presence of pigment, chlorophyll. So chlorophyll pigment is also essential for this. They prepare complex organic substance like C6, H12, O6, that is glucose. So it is the reverse of respiration. You have to remember. Instead of writing 38 ATP, you should write 6 CO2 plus 6 H2O gives C6H12O6 plus 6 O2 plus H2O. आ रहा है समझ में मैं जो बता रही हूँ? जो एंड प्रोडक्ट है रेस्पिरेशन के और रॉ मटेरियल है किसके? फोटोसिंथेसिस के। और जो एंड प्रोडक्ट है फोटोसिंथेसिस के और रॉ मटेरियल है किसके? रेस्पिरेशन के। प्लस 6H2O and this water is also liberated out through stomata. अभी थोड़ी देर पहले हमने स्टोमेटा का स्ट्रक्चर देखा था, तो उसमें क्या देखा कि ये गार्ड सेल से 2 किडनी शेप, तो उसमें वाटर बाहर रिलीज होता है वाटर वेपर के फॉर्म में, उसको हमने डेफिनेशन दिया ट्रांसपिरेशन, याद है? और कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड जो है एटमॉस्फेयर में वो अंदर चला जाएगा, कौन से प्रोसेस के लिए? फोटोसिंथेसिस के लिए। So you should know the difference between respiration and photosynthesis. You should be able to write the reaction properly. So inhalation of oxygen, exhalation of carbon dioxide, ये सब जो प्रोसेसेस है इसको हम बराबर पढ़ेंगे आगे के स्लाइड में। See here the reaction which I had explained you in our previous slide. Glucose plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide plus water plus energy. So how this carbon dioxide is obtained? From this glucose. Glucose is broken down in presence of oxygen to give carbon dioxide. So this carbon and oxygen, it is from glucose. Then water, hydrogen and oxygen, they are also from this glucose molecule. So reaction is balanced here. 6O2, 6CO2 from glucose, carbon and oxygen, they are taken togetherly. So 6CO2 and 6H2O, hydrogen is 12 here. So 6 into 2, 12, and oxygen, it is balanced here. 38 ATP. Adenosine triphosphate is in the form of energy. So respiration is a biochemical process of oxidation. Here, oxygen is used, oxidized organic compound like glucose in an orderly manner for the liberation of chemical energy in the form of ATP. It is very lengthy process, but we are studying it here. Definition is given, so it is short. But if we will study the respiration, there are different steps, different types of respiration. So it is in detail. Features of respiratory surface. There are different respiratory surfaces in different types of organisms. How they should be? They should be large. It should have a large surface area. It should be thin, highly vascular. Vascular means rich in supply with blood vessels. In plants, xylem and phloem, they are called as vascular tissue. But here we are studying about animals, so we should say they are rich in blood vessels and permeable to allow exchange of gases. It should be moist. So थोड़ा वेट रहना चाहिए. तो ये सब फीचर्स है किसके? रेस्पिरेटरी सरफेसेस के. जैसे ही हम आगे बढ़ेंगे आपको ये याद आएगा कि हमने ये पढ़ा था. इट शुड हैव लार्ज सरफेस एरिया, it should be thin, highly vascular and permeable to allow exchange of gases, that is entry of oxygen and exit of carbon dioxide. It should be moist. Gases exchange in plants. The shape and structure of plants facilitate gases exchange by diffusion. Diffusion means from lower concentration towards the higher concentration, movement of solvent molecule takes place. A terrestrial flowering plant has many air spaces between the cells of stem, leaf, and root. For example, stomata, lenticels, they are the air spaces. These air spaces are continuous. Oxygen diffusion, air pores are present. These pores are stomata, lenticels, cuticle, and it also shows the presence of air spaces. What is the function of these air spaces? It helps to store the oxygen. And through stomata, from the pores, exchange of gases takes place. That is, carbon dioxide enters inside and water vapor diffuses out. So it takes place. This type of gases exchange takes place in plants. These are the lenticels on the bark. This is a open stomata. In the aerated soil, the oxygen dissolves in the form of moisture or water around the root tissue and enters it by diffusion. Woody flowering plants, trees and shrubs. Do you know the difference between trees and shrubs? Do you know herbs, shrubs and trees? Herbs are small plants.
Ma'am, herbs don't have trunks like trees.
Yes,
They are short in size.
They are short in size. तुलसी वगैरह ये सब हर्ब में आएगा. श्रब जो छोटे प्लांट्स रहते उनको बोलते हम श्रब्स. जैसे रोजेस है, हिबिस्कस है, उनको श्रब्स बोलते. और ट्रीज जो होते वो ऐसे बड़े होते, ये ट्रीज है. So herbs, shrubs and trees. So this is the difference between all this. Impervious bark. Impervious bark means जो bark रहता है उसमें से कुछ भी exchange अंदर नहीं जा सकता है, बाहर नहीं आ सकता है. जैसे water हो, gases हो, उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? Impervious bark. Here gases exchange occurs through small pores in the stem surface called as lenticels. तो ये ऐसे स्मॉल पोर्स रहते हैं, इनको हम क्या बोलते हैं, लेंटिसेल्स बोलते हैं. जैसे कि पोटैटो देखा हमने, उसके अंदर अभी ये अंडरग्राउंड स्टेम है, तो अगर हमने देखा तो ऐसे छोटे व्हाइट स्पॉट्स दिखाई देते, या फिर आमंड का जो शेल रहता है, फिर वॉलनट का शेल रहता है, तो उसके ऊपर ऐसे छोटे छोटे डॉट्स रहते हैं, उसको हम क्या बोलते हैं, लेंटिसेल्स. सो विद द हेल्प ऑफ लेंटिसेल्स exchange of water, release of water takes place through stomata, lenticels, cuticle. Most of the water, that is 90%, 80 to 90% water is lost through stomata, and only 1% or 0.1% water is lost through this lenticels. See the respiratory surface in organisms. In your textbook, this chart is given. Please study this chart which is given in the textbook. Or do you have any practical or lecture at 3:50?